Alright, so I wrote this morning. I wrote well, I was trying to look up to see where to call for some answers. Like, I mean, I'm a delicate and a sensitive situation. Originally, I think they said I'm his flower and he's somebody important. So ask the men at We Collect Pelts for a Living as gamers if they could cool their jets according to the seafaring people. So this way we could come to some kind of like parlay instead of melee. I thought that made sense. So now in necromancy department, at tuning and keeping humans safe and in some form of cognition, ignition, intuition that they've earned. I mean, I know how much do I have to preach my own fucking security? Like, I know that before your parents made, I could go out generations, I could pull you up, and I can interview you for the job that I need you to be fitted into. I mean, this is no fucking secret on our end. So now, this Colossus, I mean, I call him Colossus, but like the colossal, that's how we can write all this, like, biblical stuff so many centuries before. Okay, so now the Colossus guy, right? Okay, so he's the one who's named Era, E-R-A, for like maybe one of these seasons and series of uniforms we could get right. So let's give him like Era a must, but they'll leave the T off because we don't know what time we're putting him in. So ERAMUS, like Era a must, yay! Right, okay, and then it's Weaver. Is that like the duck and weave? Like, I mean, keep your dukes up, right? Yeah, keep your dukes up. Love that one. D-U-K-E up. And then duck and weave. Right, okay, so are we looming like in the hoverboard area? Like, where are you keeping my safety and security? Because it looks like you fucked up at every level. Right, okay, so now his name is Era Must and Weaver, but not the E-R-R-O-R. He's the E-R-A, which is like the Anos, A-N-O-S in Latin, which is like Anthos, A-N-T-H-O-S, for Grecian, but Greco. I don't know which one of your linguistical prowesses make more sense, but, and then it's Anos, Eros, right, for ethos with an E, and that's E-R-O-S. But again, these are the 4 sections of things that I work on when I am not forced to be blubber, because you've got me being blubber, B-L-U-B-B-E-R. I am land blubber at the moment, since I was thrown here by the shithead department. Okay, you know the squinty eye people? Not the ones that need glasses to see, like, don't get all crazy, like in the duck and weave department, in melee hand combat. I'm talking about, like, the shitbags that, like, low-key, oh, no, we are very good people. No, we are very honorable. No, you're fucking not. Because my seafaring people have been at war with you and not telling us a whole lot of shit. Now I got I got one of their most important ones who's reporting back that she's having a problem, and it points directly in your territory of anus. So now, the resident alien, the absolute necessity of the U.S. is telling me that she's having a problem, and it's superimposed over an Asiatic whatever. they're not allowed to be linguistical, virtual reality activity specialists ever. For some reason, their genetic gets light, artificial light in their eyes, and they're like, I never want to leave. It is like the scariest fucking view from my office of whatever, of lengths. So now, here's the thing. We used to have, like, it's like, when you take, the black guys in Harlem, they'll know what I'm talking about. Maybe the Spanish guys will know, because I think it turned to Spanish Harlem. You have a ball underneath a cup, right? Okay. But then you put, like, 4 other cups out, right? Okay. That's my protection, purposely, because I don't need you knowing where the ball is in my white hood. Now, if and when I gain my prowess back, I will talk about a program perhaps similar, but I dare not say that you have balls and cups, because in any, like, Latin or whatever, because I got a superimposed Asian problem. If we're sitting in a Harlem in New York, I think we can agree that we don't know what lays on the other side of that ocean, and working together with one line of intelligence between the two of us would be a better option than severing my one friendly whatever. So now, I met somebody by the name of Marguerite Basura. Meant absolutely nothing to me until I'm sitting here going, now why would that? Because Jason Peter Romer, 1976, the disgusting, he always used to walk around the house going, basura caliente. And I'm like, what? He's like, when I fart, it's like basura caliente. And I'm like, I fucking hate Americans. No, I really fucking hate Americans. You are, like, so fucking gross. He's like, come on, it smells like really hot garbage. Oh my God. Can they just kill me now? Like, do I have to endure this? Like, what the fuck happened to the gardening department and we collect pelts for a living? Like, couldn't you collect his pelt? I mean, seriously. Alright, so then later on, I met Basura. Now, I really enjoyed her. Frank Sarantino, who is part of the, I don't know, is it labor union? Is it something union? I really like him as well. He's a local guy in names that I met that I don't know why, but I appreciate them both. In fact, actually, Frank is, I wish I could spend more time with him. He's like a really smart guy. 5 seconds, you're like, wow, you are like, I enjoy sitting here talking to you. What else you want to talk about? But Marguerite, I met at a fundraising event. Now, interestingly enough, being that I have absolutely no money, I even said, I was like, I'll go. I was like, but like, I really don't have money to contribute to, like, I'm not working and stuff. And I said, but I could come for support in numbers. Would that help? I was like, but tell me, because if it's, I know sometimes with the food, they have to offset the costs, and, I don't want to be in imposition, but if you need numbers for, like, photo op or whatever, like, I'll come, and so I did, because that's what he said, that would be okay. But again, I feel like such a greaseball, like, weirdo, like, I want to be supportive, but how do you be supportive when they expect money and then you don't have any money and you're like, I don't know what to do? But I mean, I'll just be honest, because I'm in the reputable department, but whatever. All right, and now, so Basura was there. Now, the only thing I can think of why she would get a name that would say garbage is, first of all, the word garbage, which is what a human spoke to me, because I don't know that spracha. If I'm an fallen angel, like the absolute fallen angel, like the Ark of the Angel and the Ark of the Covenant, which I am, and they're calling me white trash by the way I was born, in my grandmother in Elmont with welfare and like no money, 10 kids, alcoholic, army, past veteran that used to beat her and rape her. And then like my mom was, yeah, like, I don't know, she was just out to fucking lunch and hit or miss on whether she was like nice to me or she was being nice to hurt me to laugh about it. It's like really fucking weird where I come from. So now if I'm considered the white trash because I'm not like royal special in like, I mean, I took one etiquette class when I was little. I really enjoyed that. The Jewish Center near us put that on and I appreciated that. And one ballroom dancing class, which again, I really enjoyed that. We put on like cotton Amish dresses and went in gloves and went to like wherever. So that was enjoyable one day for each. And then, so I took those things. But it wasn't like an upper echelon, like we went to the Ritz-Carlton or some sort. I hear that's like an important Russian tea room. I hear them talk about these things as if they're like monuments in New York. I wouldn't know. Just things I heard. Let's think about this. So if I'm white trash, right, got that. Okay, but I'm the fallen angel, and that's how they're classifying this series of human, because they're just that special around the world in somebody's special seafaring territory. And the guards, yeah, which ones? All right, so then we've got, right, garbage, but see, the G is always like a capitulate, like an honor. I mean, I know that where you put something that you've already used inside a receptacle, it normally, like, I mean, you're like, well, like, normally that's not like a nice thing. Yeah, but here's the thing. Are we talking like from the archangel's point of view? Because if we're talking archangel, I mean, you've been here once before. They used you for some function. You were honorable and cherishable enough that on your next appearance, the necromancers gave you some form of vocabulary that makes sense so that if you run into another archangel, they'll go, oh. But here's the thing. They expect you to remain, as your name is, an honorable and respectable. So now if you run into this archangel and you're mad because your Latino name, let's say, is the word for garbage in Spanish, and she is held at a white trash, because trash is congruent with garbage in words, in cognition. So now if those two are used up wads as something that was once very beneficial and useful, and her position being really important, and all of the humans are treating her like some New York City, like used up, like sticky, dirty Coke can in the garbage, right? Okay, so now if you're there with her, I mean, is that like, I mean, what? Like, I mean, I get that, like, you know, anybody else calls you garbage. Like, I get it. But, like, I mean, she's not really calling you garbage. She's just like, I need an example. Like, I'm trash, you're garbage, I'm an archangel. I'll raise you up as best I can in explaining this. But I didn't really mean that you were, I mean, again, I have to have some way of explaining where the hell they got me. And my people don't even speak English nor Latin. This character system is a one-time use, and then we get rid of it. I go on symbols and all sorts of whatever he and I are together when we're not being virtual reality gamed by disgusting superimposed Asians pretending that they're honorable. Right. Okay, so now the other thing is, what these assholes are doing while I got my 4 white guys in some kind of suit and then my one love of my life in the actual suit that I came and am looking for. Right, see, that's my, like, you can't take the marble out of the cup. Like, I know, see, it's like, it's hard to give you guys examples because then you're like, you see, you're not allowed to speak when he and I are in the room. You're just not. Because then you come up with what ifs and alternatives, and then you think that you're at the same level that we are, and you're not. We are seafaring people, folk, whatever you want to say. I had to blubber my linguistical prowess down to 4-letter words to get my head of this SSIA, the most important institution in the whole fucking planet in your lifetime, to be able to know that the other 4-letter ASIA are the fucking enemy of this mission. One flower with a whole department of gardening may like to not garden, may have the wives doing the garden, and then they're out to, like, you know, go collect pelts and furs and skin things and whatever they enjoy doing, and I don't get into the nitty gritty. Right, got it. Okay, so there's some of you that exist when I'm planted in New York, but my roots move. I was planted in a planter's pot, and I expected the one handsome cup with the one marble to come get my potted plant and move me. I mean, I saw him at one point, because again, I don't know, it doesn't have to be here, it's in wherever we are, but laboratory space, which is what I think the problem of claim of ownership is over. He came up to me, he's like, listen to me, he goes, I know you belong to me, and I know you were born at my feet. And I'm like, uh-huh. He's like, he's like, sorry. He's like, I know where I am. He's like, I'm just, he's like, forget it. And I'm like, uh-huh. And so he's like, now, if I said to you that some of my friends said you're like an open donor-faced chicken sandwich from where you come from, and my people had no idea what that meant. They didn't know if that was like an act of like kindness and they're speaking blubber, or like if that's like, I'm gonna knock it out, like I'm gonna take your teeth out because like I really don't like the way that one sounds, because it sounds like modus operandi of the U.S. That's a big problem for her and I, right? And I'm like, uh-huh. And because do you have any like intonation or inclination on like what it could have meant? And I'm like, I have never heard of an open-faced chicken sandwich in my life. At that point, I hadn't. I come back to New York, and apparently this restaurant over here called Avili, A-V-L-I, Avili, something like that. It's a Greek place. They no longer call it a gyro, G-Y-R-O, for 4-letter operative words in one mission for one flower to get to her one marble in a cup. You keep telling me how important your gaming department is, and I will keep cutting you out of everything that you thought you knew about. All right, so now they're now calling it an open-faced chicken sandwich since I lost the house in Ronkonkoma that Alexander was born in. I lost the house in, I sold the house on Maple to give the money to my mom to buy the 69 West Road Boulevard house, which is the Omega Disaster House in Patchogue. That one, and then Lewis got involved and they sold it short after Richard McQuillan robbed me of every penny I ever made, along with his accountant, by the way. He's had an accountant, Walter something or other, and some young Italian guy, I forget his name. I think his name was Frank. He got some DUI charge and wasn't allowed to drive. So anyway, those guys robbed my tax refund from the IRS. They told me I was getting like 10,000 something dollars. I only got like 2,000, all around the same time. Because like you Long Island boys are like really fucking disgusting. I am so fucking sick and tired of humans. You have no fucking clue. They're not honorable. They're not venerable. They're not repeatable. They are a viral mental case of disgusting. They steal, they rob, they cheat. From me, no less. For no fucking reason. So like when I say like they all die, bye. Nobody's fucking missing you.